Hey, Jim Hall here. Starting this channel for Raid Shadow Legends. I see a lot of content out there for people that have played a long time, are pretty much experts. Now, I'm not an expert. I've been playing the game for about a month. I've decided to go ahead and not restart, but I'm going to restart for this, at least for this video. Maybe go a little further with it. I'm not exactly sure yet what I'm going to do. But what I want to get is your take on some of the things I'm doing, so that we can kind of grow as a community. I'll go ahead and take this away. Well, where should I put this? I'll put this here for now. I don't know the assets of the game really well yet to know where I should be at and things like that. Let me make this a lot smaller, and then I'll put this something like this. Okay, so that looks okay. I'll slide myself over here. So anyways, I've been playing the game for about a month, and I've learned a lot. I learned some things that are sort of counterintuitive, that I wasn't expecting to work that way. So I'll go through the tutorial here. I just started this account. I'm hoping that this account will let me start as a refer a friend from my other account, so that maybe I can grow both accounts just a little bit that way. Anyways, I've been a gamer pretty much my whole life. I'm a pretty hardcore gamer. I'm not a really excellent gamer. I'll throw that out there. And I've been doing online business, so I work from the house. So I have a lot of extra time, and I have some experience in, YouTube, website development, Facebook development, stuff like that. So I thought this was a really good mix that, I can help some people. Perhaps I can make some money out on the market, share some value, and throw some ads in here from time to time. And who knows, maybe we end up with some garb at some point of the time. Again, I'm not an expert by any means. So, how far will that go? I don't know. I do enjoy the game. I was thinking about whether or not I should go to the next level and do this or not. And I'm seeing there's a void. There's a void out there for people to be able to, learn how to start off. I was talking to a guild member of mine last night, and they didn't quite understand the concept of doubling up your heroes without, how do you get your heroes to level 60 without using your rares, right? So that's probably a mistake a lot of people are making in the beginning. Maybe people never understand, so maybe the game isn't that fun if you don't understand how exactly it works. So we're going to pop into the game here in just a moment. I'm going to choose Kael. That seems to be pretty much who everybody chooses. Kael is maybe slightly stronger all around. I really like Gallic. I used Gallic in my other account. Again, it's not that old. It's 30 days. And I was able to pull Kael, and I was able to pull Ethel. Did I pull? Let's see. I don't know who this is over here yet. So I don't think I've pulled this one. Elhain. I have not pulled Elhain. I could debate whether or not we should go with an Elhain. But I really wanted, as you see, I've already set up my little image here. So I've already kind of picked that I'm going to go with Kael. So we're going to go with Kael. We will just go ahead and choose him. I'm not going to go too far into what he does. I think when you're beginning, it doesn't really matter what he does, just so that you can get him leveled up. He's got a bunch of skills. He needs quite a few books. And again, if you don't know much about books and skills and all that, none of that really matters, right? So we're going to choose Kael, and I'm going to pretty much skip through most of the story and the help and stuff like that. Obviously, I have to do it because the game's making me do it. Here we go. We're going to get our second cast member right now. We got a uncommon sniper. She's, most uncommons, I think all uncommons only have 2 skills. We're going to go ahead and get going with her on our team. And then, so what we're going to do here now, one of the big things I think people miss are the challenges. Now, we start off with a very low amount of energy, and then as we go, let's see, it says free rewards. One of the things that I really like to do is keep all of my red dots gone. You see how many red dots we got around? If you can keep all your red dots gone, that's going to give you a huge advantage in the game. You're going to get a ton of energy. When I first started playing, I had energy for weeks before I ever even ran out of energy. We're going to go ahead and go here. Looks like we're going to go here because that's what the game's telling us to do. Once we get through here, I don't know if I can skip all of this tutorialness, but they're just going to tell us what to do. We're going to zip through some storyline. The story's okay. They're going to tell us a little bit about blue beats green, green beats red. Apparently purple is its own, has no weaknesses or strengths. I don't know if that's true. I haven't gone far enough in the game to where a lot of this kind of stuff even really matters. So we're going to go ahead and pick Kael. We're going to go ahead and pick our new person. Kael has an aura skill that increases all hit points in all battles for 15%. So you always want to have somebody with an aura in the front. And then we're going to go ahead and use some energy. We're going to blitz through this battle. Obviously, yellow means it's neutral because they're the same. You can see here this blue is compared to this blue. So they're the same. No weakness, no strength over that other character. We're going to continue on there. And again, they're going to tell you most of that stuff. If you read it, it will really help you. Go through the actions of hitting the buttons, finding out what they have. I haven't actually done it in a long time. I've been pretty much on auto for everything that I do. So Dark Bolt hits one enemy, has an 80% chance of placing 2.5, which I guess is the weak poison. There's also a 5% poison on some other characters. And then Acid Rain attacks all enemies, fills the turn meter of this champion by 25% for each enemy kill. If he kills 4, then of course we go to the next round. But if he kills 2, then we go twice as fast again, I think is how that works. Again, we're just beginning. We're going to grow together. We'll learn a lot as we go. Disintegrate attacks 4 times at random. So that means he could attack, if you only had one monster, he could attack that one monster all 4 times. If you have 2 monsters, he could attack either one, 1 or more times. We're going to go ahead and attack all enemies. And that's probably going to be the end of the round. Nope, not quite. She got to go over there because I think she was forced to go, is basically what happened there. Looks like Kael gets to go again because he's so much faster, especially with that turn going. This is still down a turn. We're going to go ahead and attack with this one on the green. I don't know if you saw that. This one is green, meaning he has an advantage over this one, and this one is still neutral. Same thing here. She has an advantage over this one. If you watch the turns underneath, this yellow bar will light up saying who's next. So it's saying, if I can tell for sure, I don't know for sure, but I think that's the end of it. It's saying that he's going to end up going next on. There's some debate. Should you attack this one next? I would say in this case, yes, because not only that, but this one is reduced down to a lower life. So you have a good chance of killing him also. So we're going to go ahead. Let's look at our skills here. We have double shots, attacks enemy 1 time. And then this one is Rain of Arrows, attacks all enemies 2 times. Has a 10% chance of placing a 15% decreased speed buff for 1 turn. We're going to go ahead and hit this guy with, I think, that second one we did. Now remember that every time you use something, it puts a cooldown on here. So you need to kind of start to gauge how your cooldowns are going. This one's going to hit all enemies. So we'll hit both of those, and then probably Kael will get to go again. Okay, and then her regular attack is up. And that should be the end. Oops. Yep, that's the end of the first round. We got a sword. Equipment in the beginning is pretty bad, but a little bit of equipment goes a long way. Excellent. Campaign level drops artifacts, and here's your first. Artifacts are powerful items that boost your champion's stats. We're going to go to next. And we're going to hit the X button here. We're going to go to next, and then we'll go back to the Bastion. Go to your champion collection and equip that artifact. Okay. So we're going to come in here to Kael. We're going to equip that once she finishes talking. And of course, they're walking you through all of this. See that? Your artifact has already strengthened this champion. Better yet, artifacts can be equipped and sets to provide special bonuses and effects. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along. I believe you're ready. Return to Karak Castle, seat of King Taba of Karak. Fight through his banner lords and find him. I must know if he has succumbed to the shadow. Right? So now we're still at 18 energy. Apparently the tutorial part didn't take our energy from us. We're going to go battle again. We should be able to battle the second round and pick up a helmet also. Now you see these over here, you can pick up all of these characters over here, and there's a couple of pretty unique strategies to that. Because you can pick up 2 blues on this board, you might hang out here a little while and pick those up. You know, who knows? They're pretty powerful, especially this one. As the game progresses, you use blues a lot, especially in faction war. Don't use up your blues, and I'll show you some strategies when we get a couple to help you get further in the game with your blues. So we're going to go ahead and battle another time. We're going to push start. I'm going to go ahead and put it on auto because we've pretty much covered everything that these guys can do. The only other thing is, you know, if you've come across a red, you got a blue, a green, and a red. Red is going to be strong to us, and we're going to be weak to red. That's the only other thing you really need to know. And again, for a really long time, that stuff's not going to matter a whole lot. You'll get a little bit of help here and there, but we're just going to get through. We're just going to go through it, right? So we're going to auto. I like to 2 times auto. I wish you could actually go faster auto. That's the way that it is. We're going to go through here. There's 3 rounds here. And then as we get harder, you know, we go down through and there's more monsters. Surely if you've played it all, you know that. If you're looking at the game and you're considering playing. So here we are. We're level 2. Now we get our energy back. And what's really cool is we get energy maxed. So it gives us our max energy even beyond the energy that we already had. We picked up the helmet like I said we would, and we got 3 stars. These stars are really important. Don't let them dictate the whole game on. So now we're going to come back in here. We're going to equip this because the game's making us. We're going to exit off of here. And now you see, yes, we got a set. We got 2 items in the set, and we got a bonus for equipment setup. I got to click on that. Okay, so 2 set HP plus 15%, pretty big boost. That boosts our HP up by 469 points. We're gonna go ahead and go, oh, I guess we gotta click here. We're gonna upgrade, apparently. We're gonna upgrade. So now we got a new, every 4 levels, of course, you get a new attribute added. And so we're gonna exit out of here. I would say on a 1-star, level 4 is probably as high as you should go. I would say that level 8 is probably as high as you should go on almost all gear in the game, until you start to get to quests that say take something to level 12, take something to level 16, add 4 more, attempt 4 more times. If you click here, you can actually go in and attempt a bunch of times all at once. Getting to level 16 costs about 1.5 million if you have pretty average rolls, 1.5 million silver. As you see, we only have 49,000 silvers. That's not really going to help you too much for a long time. And I made a mistake of spending a whole lot of silver on crap gear that I didn't realize. I thought it was going to work like the rest of the game and we were going to be able to level up the gear, but as far as I can tell, that's not a possibility. The gear you get is the gear you get. I mean, you can level it up to some extent, but you can't change the rarity and the star value on it, as far as I've noticed. We're going to get all kinds of stuff here. We're going to go to the shop. They're going to start selling to us. We're going to claim our free gifts. I have not spent any money and I don't intend to, unless the channel really starts taking off and we need to spend some money just to keep things flowing and that kind of thing, maybe to show people, you know, stuff that you should spend on, stuff that you shouldn't spend on. My take is, a lot of times games like these I like to support with $10, $15 a month, just because they're not intending to do this for free. And if we were playing World of Warcraft or something like that, we'd be paying 10 or 15 bucks anyways. I usually like to spend some money on the game. I think I will. Like I said, I've been playing. New player rewards. Really important that you log in every day that you possibly can. Even if all you do is log in to collect your reward, that's going to make these rewards go way faster. You're going to pick up an epic champion here after just 7 logins. She's pretty okay. She's not amazing by any means, but she's got some pretty decent stats and attacks and such. And I mean, this gear that they give you on the way is really nice. Go ahead and log in as often as you can. And then as you go, you'll get this epic. So you'll have your first epic in 7 days if you log in every day just from logging in. That's pretty cool. I don't talk in global too much. I usually just switch it to clan so I don't even have to see the chatter. And then let's see what see, I don't think I had these on these, so this might have to do with something else. I'm not sure. Download complete. Free rewards available. I don't remember getting these. Doesn't mean I didn't. So they may or may not be in a normal game. Like I said, I did come through, create this off of my other game. So there's a possibility that that's why they're here. If you got those, amazing. Let me know down in the chat, and you know, that way other people will know that they're getting them as well. So what do we do next? We need to keep our energy down as low as we can. The challenge with that, of course, is how do you keep it down when you're leveling up so fast? We're going to go ahead and equip our champions with that new gear. So even though we just put it on, we're going to go, oh, this is boots. So we're going to go ahead and equip this. This is purple. So I would go ahead and upgrade this right away to level 8 if you can. We only have 49,000 gold. Chances are we're not going to make it there. It costs progressively more and more, and it gets rather costly fairly quick. I wouldn't go much higher than that, at least for a while. This is going to make a big boost on this guy. Let's see what else we got here. We got some blues, those blues from logging in too. This is one thing that you can do to find out what equipment you should use. What should you be looking for in equipment? These are decent. They're decent. You get that by going right here to reviews and recommended artifacts. These are recommended by the game. That's going to show you some decent ideas of what you should be putting on your characters. This one for Kael says you should put on offense, weapon, attack if you could. Your helmet is HP, your shield is defense, your gauntlets is crit rate, your chest plate is attack, your boots is speed. Almost every single boots in the game you're going to use speed. If we don't get speed on a boot, I don't think we did on this one. Oh, we did, speed 16. Pretty decent lifesteal item there, level 8. Actually tempted to raise it on up to 12, but maybe we'll wait till tomorrow when we can use some attributes to finish a quest. We're going to go ahead and take this off, and we're going to put this on because this is what it recommends for Kael on both of those items. And then we're going to leave that helmet on just so we're going to keep our Kael stronger for now. But then we're going to go ahead and go over to our green, and we're going to equip the other item onto our green because it helps. Oh, we don't want to remove that. I would say every piece of item, every piece of equipment that you use, go ahead and upgrade to level 4, 1 star or not, because you'll get that first substat and you'll get a pretty decent boost just for leveling up. That moves attack from 21 to 26 and through a speed on there. That's not too bad. We'll look at our glyphs. We don't have any glyphs yet. I'm not exactly sure when the glyphs start to happen in the game. Now we can work on, I'm going to go ahead and go straight into getting another helmet after I boost up a couple more items here. How much gold we got? We got 25,000 left. Silver rather. We're going to go ahead and go up to 4 on this weapon. Up to level 4 is a certain, so you can't fail, which makes it pretty much a no-brainer. It's pretty cheap to do that. It's still pretty cheap to go on up higher. It can get really costly to go much higher than that. The 8 on the purple. I would probably go 8 on the blues as you go on. Probably go up to 12 on a purple. Just right now we don't have a lot of money to do that, so we're going to go just up to level 4 for now. And then as you see, each level, green only has 1 spot, blue has 2 spots, purple has 3 spots opened up, legendary has all 4 spots. So you can get a good idea right from the start. Do these match very well? Let's look at this real quick. So on Kael, it recommended that the weapon should be attack and that the shield should be defense. So we want to look at those and just see. So here's the attack and here's the defense. And that way you can make sure that, because these roll kind of all kinds of stats, and if you go here to filter, you can filter these stats out, and then that will show you which ones have landed on the stats you need. As you go, you'll have a ton of equipment. You got a ton of characters, so you're kind of always moving. You're not always moving stuff around. You should, max out Kael on something pretty decent. Probably this is what I'm still using on my Kael. That's level 60 on my other account. He's got 4 pieces of this and 2 pieces of something else. I'm not sure what it is offhand. We're going to go ahead and get back into fighting. And again, we're going to pick up another helmet for our other character. We didn't even look and see what it was that she needed, but that's okay. Any equipment in the beginning really helps a lot. Okay, we picked up a shard. Shards are great. That means we could pick up another character if we want. I'm not going to yet because you get 3 stars if you stay with 2 characters. We're going to replay this one so that we can go ahead and get a helmet. And I guess let me go back, before I replay this one too many times, I'll go back and see what they recommend she wears. She may not even should be in life gear. We've already gone up to level 3. Like I said, it's pretty neat that it goes ahead and gives you the max energy that you have. So as you see, we're actually at 51 of 24 instead of just getting filled back up to normal, which some games do. So we're going to go back to the Bastion, and we're going to go, every time you level up, they're going to try to sell you some stuff. We're going to see what they recommend for her. They recommend the offense sets also. So I'm actually going to go ahead and continue on and not farm equipment for her because there's really no point in it at this point. So we're going to go back here. We're going to go to the campaign. back into here, and then we'll just progress through this until we stop getting 3 stars. Once we get down to the bottom of this, we'll pick up a blue just for completing this round, and then we'll probably start working on trading her out for that blue, or maybe even adding the blue to our team. We'll just see how we go. We're already level 4. I don't know how that happened. We just leveled up. We got life shield, so now we'll go and equip that life shield. Oops, bastions, I mean the whatever that is isn't open yet. We'll go ahead and grab this, equip, upgrade it to level 4. These upgrades equipments, they're pretty nice. I don't remember how far it is until we get to the zone that has the equipment that it recommends for her, but we're gonna get there. Won't be long. The game, I mean, I like the game. I think the game's pretty fun, and there's a lot of how did this get to back to there again? I want to put it on clan. Maybe it won't let you. It won't let you until you join a clan. Okay, so you have to see that until then. We've grabbed an uncommon new champion. We are gonna go and equip those gloves. Let's see. We'll equip the gloves on Kael, and we'll upgrade again to 4. Now what's cool about this is after a little while you start to get the gear that you need for each character, and you start to take this upgraded gear off. Costs you to take gear off so that you can't just twink your whole team with one set of gear. Here we go. We're back in here. We're gonna go to stage 5. Now we've grabbed three monsters, but if you look here, beat the stage. If you beat the stage, you get 1 star. If you beat the stage with no losses, you get 2 stars. If you 2 or fewer champions with no losses, and you get 3 stars. So we're just gonna stay with our 2 champions for now, and we're gonna continue on and pick up our 3 stars until we can no longer get 3 stars, is the way that I like to run this. They're both getting 50-50 on the experience, so they're leveling up fast. No reason to have to come back and rework these boards until our quests tell us to. Right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to run our energy out while we're also equipping up our guys. So we picked up this, upgrade to level 4. And again, no need to even worry about any of the stats right now until you start picking up gear that matters. We're just getting through the content. We should have no problem beating these guys. They are all 4s, so I'm surprised that our green is already level 5. I guess just because she is... Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe after 1 fight each, we're moving up every time. I don't remember it going up that quickly. We're going to go back. We're going to equip this foot now. So the tavern has opened, and the tavern lets you do a lot more stuff. He's got all his stuff, and she needs a foot. So we'll give her a foot. We'll upgrade to level 4. We're staying fairly even on money. We're losing a little bit, but we've made a lot of upgrades. We will continue on here. We're about to finish the first stage, all on 3 stars, which is pretty sweet. Can we make it through him? He could be a little challenging for our level 5 guys, but they're all equipped out, so maybe we'll zip through it. Looks like we might be okay, as long as we can get through him. And I don't really care at this point if we lose to him. I won't redo the board, but looks like we might complete him without losing anybody, and we did. So that's awesome. I'll just click through this real quick so you guys don't see it. We picked up War Priest, another rare, so that is exciting, and we got a bunch of new gear, and that's exciting, and a green. Now what we're going to do is, after all this work on this green, right, we're going to go ahead and replace this green with her, and we're going to... So we got a completion here. I try not to pick up my completions until I can wear this energy down. If we can wear this energy down, we can start earning energy instead of taking all of our prizes. We're going to come back in here. Look at this. We're already building up a nice squad of people, and we're going to come in here and we're going to see what she needs. And they want her to have speed and life. So I'm actually going to take this life back off. And I'm going to put it right over here. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a purple. We know that he needs purple. I want to take this life off of him and put it on the other one. right? Because we're going to level to level 4. The quicker we can get them in the gear that's recommended, the better. The same thing again. This is attack percent. So we want to look here and we see that he should actually be in crit rate percent, attack percent. So that's still not the right gear for this, for Kael. At least it's attack percent and it's a little better. It's going to be a better upgrade, and she's going to pick up one piece that's already been upgraded also. Didn't cost too much to make that happen. And we're gonna then, I'm not gonna equip this yet because it's not what she wants, it's what Kael wants, and we'll end up taking off Kael's stuff. We're gonna end up taking it off anyways. Let's go back to Kael. Do we have the money for it? I think we do. So we'll take off his helmet. We'll take off his gloves. That was a big one. Do you have to do it this way? In the beginning, doing it this way is going to help a lot because, as you've seen, we progressed really quickly because we put on better gear, even basic simple gear. We're going to run out of money. We're going to try and get this one leveled up. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we're going to level up as far as we can up to level 4. Looks like we'll get to level. Okay, so we'll go ahead and run another time. Just ignore those, especially ignore all the pay things for a while. We're going to come, so as you see, we 3-starred this all the way through. Unless we want to, we don't really have to come back here. And the whole point of getting nice 3 stars is, look, we picked up some more money. We picked up 10,000. So we're going to go on back. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this to level 4. I'm actually going to go see if we've got a match here. Helmet is HP. So he's got a purple helmet. He's going to use this helmet for a while until he gets the gear over here. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this up to an 8. Looks like that's as far as it's going to let me upgrade for a while. And that's going to eat all of our money again, probably. Now, once you get past level 4, it's not guaranteed that you level. It's still high up until 8. I'm going to just, like I said, I'm just going to blitz through those. Now we're going to go with Kael and her as a 2-team. We're going to see if we can still get 3 stars this way. This could be a little tougher because she's only a level 1. And we didn't actually gear her, but we did put a piece of gear on her, and we're going to work on her that way. It looks like we should be probably okay. We don't want to lose her even, which she's going to be getting attacked the whole time. She'll heal a little bit between levels. And I'm going to go ahead and move myself down here a little bit. I think, well, I'll leave it there. I don't think I'm really blocking too much there. Actually, I'm going to move it up a little bit. And can I go ahead and shrink that down? Oh yeah. Shrink that way down, almost out of the way here. I'll even shrink myself down. You don't need to see me much anymore anyways, right? So I'll shrink me and my name down. We leveled up again. Pretty exciting. Picked up another crystal. These crystals are going to come in super handy. We get a lot of them, but we use a lot of them on our trek to get Kael up to level 60. So we're going to go ahead and go next. See if we can make it through another 3-star. They're going to hit her pretty hard. She's asleep. She won't even get an attack this time probably. Oh good, they didn't attack her. They attacked Kael. Now you see Kael's pretty strong. He's not as strong on his defense as Garroth. I did like Garroth pretty well for a long time until I ended up pulling a Kael, and Kael I do think ends up being a little stronger, a little more versatile. So we didn't get any equipment. I don't think we really need any equipment. We're going to continue to try to get 3 stars and just move on. Is this the way you want to play? I don't know. Depends on, you know, if you're role-playing type, if you really want to watch the story, that kind of stuff. This way makes it a little quicker to get into some mid-range content and get through the first campaign and get some pretty decent prizes. I did notice that we moved down on rank as far as whatever tournament is going on. So we'll check out our tournaments here in a few minutes. We'll probably, so the tavern is unlocked. We leveled up again. We're going to skip the tavern because we don't need it right now. We did pick up a shield. So we're going to edit our team. Oops, we're going to come over here and look at our guys. He has a good shield. She has no shield. So we're going to grab, that's not the shield that she uses, right? So do we want to, it don't matter. We're going to go ahead and equip her with This, yeah, we'll just equip her full out because why not, right? It will help a lot getting us to 3 stars. We want to go back to Kael and get this up to 8 before we spend all of our money on. Nope, there was a fail, so that missed us on that. So we'll go back. So in the beginning, you're bouncing around kind of a lot because there's a lot going on, but it's kind of important things to do. So bear with me on how much we cover in this video. But be sure to ask questions down below, and I'll check and I will respond to every single question that is asked. I want to grow a community here. We're going to go ahead and upgrade him to... we're lacking on that as well. Don't worry about all these pop-ups. Just muscle through them. Okay, we're going to go on to stage 4. We're going to keep our 2 guys. We don't have any other rares yet anyways, so we're just going to continue with our 2 rares. Now, should you throw your green guys on here and start leveling them up? Maybe you should. I don't know. You know, the further we get, it's going to be really, really easy to level them once we get a few more levels. We didn't get any equipment, so we're just going to go to the next board. We did get 3 stars. And to me, you want to get through as much 3 stars as you can because you're going to pick up great rewards down at the bottom and not have to come back to these boards again. Of course, like I said, except for to finish quests and stuff like that. You won't be super powerful by the time you come back and do some quests. And the only reason we're not doing quests right now is because they fill your energy up again. And before long, you're at, 2,000 energy, and you're just wasting, login energy. Not only that, all of the bottles and stuff that are accumulating in all of those places are giving you low amounts of energies because you're only at 42 and they only give you max energy. So if you save all that stuff until you've leveled up as far as you can on your own without using it, then you'll have all that energy stored up for later on down the road. That's my plan here. We did finish a daily quest. We used 50 energy. These are both maxed out, so we don't need any gear until we get to a new type of gear. We're going to go ahead and 3-star this one. Now, as you see, they start to get more and more powerful, more monsters now. Now they're attacking us back. We started with only 2 monsters, now there's 4. That's at least as far as they go in the campaign. When you get to the spider in the dungeon, she has a whole bunch of spiderlings, and they are pretty wicked. Could probably even start selling 1-stars at this point. Start putting your silver in the bank. You're going to use a lot of silver on those purples that you're getting in from your logins, because you want to transfer those over to Kael as he gets those, right? You don't want to wait for him. It's a little bit of money to take his equipment back off that he has on, but if you wait for them, you'll never pull off these 3 stars like we're going to get on this board as well. We're going to just blitz through those because I don't want you to see them too much. Picked up some good life reward. That's pretty awesome. I don't know who's using life just yet. We'll go back and look at the War Priest. I think she might have needed a piece or 2 of life, these 2 bottom pieces, and we can actually use those because these are not great. And again, it costs 2,000 to change them out. It's not a huge deal by any means. And then we can go ahead and upgrade those to level 4. And again, you're going to end up using all of this gear throughout your guys. So don't worry too much about switching gear out. It will all be available to you for when you get new guys to use. And then let's check Kael and see. I think we still had something over there that's not level 8. So we'll try and upgrade to 8 again. Got one more. All right, so we're out of silver again. Should have probably done him before we did her, but we're not struggling too much yet, and I don't want you to see all that stuff. Okay, so now we're starting to get a little harder. We'll see how we do. Now we're going to start picking up the equipment that she needs. So we're going to go back to Kael, back to him. As long as we can continue getting 3 stars, that's what we're going to continue to do with just Kael and her. We'll see. She's starting to get fairly powerful. We leveled up once again. Now we can get clans. Let's go. I might as well go ahead and get a clan. I don't care a whole lot. I'd like one that's got a decent amount of people in it. That's all that you really need to look at is are people joining. These 3, 5, 5's not bad in the beginning, 8's better. If this is your first clan ever, there's some benefits to having a clan. There's some extra bonuses and stuff like that in there. We want to get one that's got like, there's one with 25. See if we can auto join. Doesn't look like we can auto join. I'm not sure if we can ever auto join, but I'm going to look for one that we can. It seems like there's a way to just join. Is that as far as it's going to show us? Let's try this one. Okay, so we'll apply to join the 15 one, or the 25 one. Second account, blitzing while on YouTube. Would love an invite and accept for long term, and send the application. That will help. Can't accept any more applications. Oops, should have copied that. I don't know if you can copy it, so we'll apply for this one. Thanks. Second account, start over. I'm just going to put that. Okay, so I didn't experience this with my first turn. That one's got 7 in it. I would say in general you should look for, the Deathbringers isn't too bad. Look for a name that you kind of like. I like to say second account because if they do have aspirations or if they're building a second account, it's a kind of game that might encourage them to accept me and know that I'm a little bit more serious about how I play and how I can help them out. That can get us in there. Some of these deals do start to get pretty good. If you want to stay free to play, if you want to wait until you know a little more about the game before you make a purchase and waste your money, that's what I would recommend. And so we're going to continue on. We're going to get a book here, so I'll explain about books. Books are very important in the game. There's a couple of things that you need to know about them so that you don't waste books. So you should only use rare books on rares, and epic books on epics, and legendary books on legendaries, if at all possible. Now, maybe you need that one last one and you don't feel like waiting, so you use one. I would probably never use a legendary on anything other than a legendary because they are so valuable, but so are getting legendaries, so but a lot of legendaries need a lot of legendary books also. It can be quite a pain. I think she can use that equipment. I don't know if I'm going to replace it just because it's not great. No, she needs speed and life. Okay, so we don't need anything yet until we get to speed. So we don't need any equipment from this board for these characters. That doesn't mean we don't need the equipment. But same thing, we could be selling. I was thinking that she needed the equipment. We could be selling off the 1-star equipment as we go, because otherwise we'll start to get a bunch. I mean, it's actually easier to sell a bunch of equipment in the thing. I wish it was a little easier than it is, but it's not too bad. Here we are, level 11. Dungeons are unlocked. What can I say about dungeons just while we're here? We'll go there. Dungeons are pretty important. What's really important about dungeons, the keeps, all of the keeps, you need the stuff from them to level up your characters, to change them see how these are gold, to change these to blue or maybe purple, I think it's blue, you need to ascend them. And to ascend them, you need stuff from inside of the keeps. Each type uses a different type. So she uses green, he uses red. There's a purple one as well. We don't get purple very much, and I'm pretty sure everybody uses a clear one. As you get further and further, you need better and better types, of stuff here. It kind of sucks to get a long ways into the game and then find out that you don't have any. We'll go ahead and look and see if we can get some blue ones and go ahead and get him started ascending while we have a whole ton of energy going on. So that's a good thing to know, it's not a bad time to go ahead and run over to some dungeons. Everybody is open for 6 days right from the start, and then they start to change. They're only open like once a week, so it starts to get pretty challenging to pick up these potions as you get further along. Now, what I would do here is, since we're not going for 3 stars, we can go ahead and equip everybody up. We do have some extra gear. Let's go look at what our extra gear is. Now's a good time to go ahead and throw gear on everybody if we have it. And then again, what do we have? We have, I think we have some of this. So we can go ahead and put her in a piece. We don't have a helmet for that. Let's see what he uses. Now, these are not like set in stone by any means. These are just recommendations. And as we go through the game, there'll be better equipment unlocked. So they all want the same gear. Makes it a little bit challenging. We don't want to farm all of that just yet. They all want crit rate. They all want crit rate. And I don't think we have any crit rate. We do have a little bit of red gear. So we'll go ahead and throw on some red gear for our first guy here. What affinity are we going against? So we want to get blues and greens for these 2 guys. So our affinity match says that we want to battle, while we're in blue, we want to be battling with red, right? So we're going to go back in here, and we're going to equip this red guy, because we want to use him for sure, and we want him to be strong. And I'm going to go ahead and equip him with just all the equipment that we have. We're not going to take that back off because we have it. I don't worry too much about taking equipment back off. Some people kind of freak out about it. I mean, I wouldn't want to put it right on and take it back off, except for I might in this case, because it's a purple instead of a gray. But 2,000 just to make that swap. I'm not going to do that just yet. So you're going to find you have plenty of silver for the most part, until you start getting legendary gear and start moving up to level 16 on your ranks. We're going to go ahead and upgrade this. You've seen that over and over, just to level 4, because we don't have a lot of silver right now, but we're going to amass silver rather quickly for a long time. I have 6 million on my other account right now, and he's not even very far, and I spent a bunch on the wrong things in the beginning. Upgrade this one to level 4. Now, why are we doing this? We're giving ourselves a little advantage in this next area because we can use more characters there. And you don't get as much XP, but we need to do it anyways, so we might as well take advantage. And I will show you that I did do a little mismatch here. Probably shouldn't have put this on. Well, I guess that mismatch is fine because we just don't have... We probably could put this on and match up with that, or vice versa. We should probably put these on, but no need to put them on when we're going to end up taking them off anyways to put them on somebody that they work better for. So we're out of silver. We're going to head over to the dungeons. We're going to head over to the magic keep. We're going to battle with him and her, even though, again, the affinity, he is strong against her. We don't care that much. I mean, it's not that big a deal. But we're better to go ahead and equip these guys if we had extras. We happen to only have 5 people. We're going to go ahead and go with it. And again, we're not looking for stars. We're just looking for completion. We're going to go to auto. And now at this point, you may want to look through your characters and see what kind of skills you have and start to learn what they do. I've done that, and there's not any real super duper strategy on that for a long time. So it's better, in my opinion, to just kind of figure out what your blues do until you have a purple, and then figure out what your purple does. And, you know, we're just talking basic strategy for now. They shouldn't have any real trouble taking her down, I don't think. And then you'll see that we do get some XP for it. Not a whole ton, but we do get some. There. Kael's hitting her pretty hard, so that's good. And I don't know that we're going to be able to go too many levels against her. But we do have a lot of energy. As long as we can beat this level, we can do this level a couple of times. I don't mind that because the rewards are pretty much the same for a couple of levels anyways. Hopefully Kael doesn't die. Okay, good. Did get one. We did get some kind of award in a tournament. Well, again, we need to go check our tournaments. And we did get 380 experience on everybody. Not terrible, because, like I said, we need to be doing that anyways. So our tournaments were number 8th. Your tournaments, I mean, you don't want to work too hard on them, except for there are some pretty decent rewards over here on the side. You pick up another potion here just for changing your name, earn tournament points, climb the rankings, and win huge reward. All we're doing right now is climbing the rankings. I don't really want to pick that up just yet. And so far, the highest ranking is only level 41. So if you click on info, it tells you how. It says beat rival players in arena offense battles to win tournament points. The higher your arena tier, the more points you will get for each win. Keep winning battles to rack up huge points. You're going to be in bronze 1 for quite a while. I don't know why I have 27 points. I haven't done any. It's the only one that is, It's tournaments. I haven't done any PvP, so I don't know why arena points are racking up. And I don't know how to answer that question. I don't even know if we have arena yet, do we? Oh, we do. Now, arena points are refuel different than energy. So you want to keep track of them. Right now we have 5. Looks like now that I've gone in here, we're going to be forced to fight. But the way it looks, we're not going to win anything. And you can go through everything they say there. We have to put somebody on defense. What I recommend you do for defense is add a champion that is level 1. Because if you try to add people that can actually hold your level, they're going to actually hold your level. People won't attack them. And then when you come in to fight, you're going to be up in the 950, 990, and then you won't be able to defeat anybody. Don't do that for a long time until you want to try to push up again, until you want to push up for your achievements, your rewards, your whatevers to make that jump. So we're going to look on here. We're going to see if there's anybody we can fight. See, nobody understands that they shouldn't really have anybody in here because it looks like probably you should, but that's keeping them pushed up. Like this guy here, you know, I'm not gonna attack him, but now that's gonna make his next attacks harder for him. You know, so you don't really want to do that. So let's see, who do we want to fight against? We want to fight against, I saw one team that was pretty low. This team's pretty low right here. So we're gonna go ahead and put on Kael and her, and he's got equipment on, and I think she's got a piece or 2 on also, right? Maybe all 4 or 5. That's a pretty decent team. We're gonna come in here, we're gonna fight them real quick just to show that we did. And then one of the things that you want to realize is you should play arena every time you're maxed out on points, because you get special rewards again for doing arena. You get points towards leveling up your arena. I don't know what it's called, but you get points for it. I'll show you what it's called. You get points right here that you can put towards your whole game. You want to be doing arena right from the very start, pretty much as quickly as you can. Arena challenge complete. We're going to go in and we're going to collect challenge points here before long, and it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. Right now we have 5, and then we're going to try and pick another one that we can beat. We might be able to beat this one just to show you, and then we can refresh. Because our Kael is already level 10, he's a lot stronger than a level 5, but he's not as strong as a level 18. We're going to come over here. Let's see, there's 18, 14, 11, 5, and 9. They're probably strong enough to still beat us. 18, 7, and 3. We might be able to beat this one. We'll try that out. Now we have a free refresh every 15 minutes after you start playing. See that? Free refresh in 15 minutes. Now, as you see, at only 932, look how much harder the fights have got. There's a 13 purple in here. There's a 35 purple in here. This is counterintuitive to getting those points, because for a long time, you're going to be knocked down anyway. This one we can probably win because their 3-star, their rare is only a level 2. So we're going to come in here, we're going to fight this one. And then I'll show you where these points go and how many you need. If you wait, 2 weeks to start using them or start playing arena until your guys get better, then you could still only get so many a day. And then in 15 minutes, we have one more point, and these take, looks like about an hour to recharge. We're going to go ahead and come back here. We're going to go to the Great Hall is where this stuff goes. So it takes 50 to get one level in here. So now we have 5. It's important that you start working on these right away because, well, that takes a long time. So get started right away. So we're going to go back over to dungeons. We're going to go back into the Magic Keep and we're going to give it a shot at number 2. I think we can probably beat it. I don't know though. We were pretty close before, weren't we? As long as we get through these, we only have the big fight anyways. We should have equipped her with more stuff. Should have equipped everybody with everything we have. If we fight another one, we will. But I think we only need 2 to level Kael's Blue up. Why do this now? Well, this levels all of our guys up. We're using a little more, what do you call it? Energy. And we're making our guys stronger also by using the jars. I don't think we're going to beat them though. That was a waste of energy. I think a lot of these, if you don't win, you don't get anything. Oh, we might actually win. Nope, Magic Shield went back up. That's no good. No bueno on that one. We're going to lose this round. She'll never kill him. He'll keep putting up shields and she can't beat through them. Our first loss, no big deal. We do want to, yeah, they've still got experience and some reward. We do want to go back and pick up one more for here. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. I have to cut this off. I'll see you soon. Okay, we are back. I took a break because my wife just came home for lunch, and so we went out and ran some errands and stuff. I believe we were trying to get Kael. We were trying to get Kael to level up his Ascend, right? When we have 1 of 4, so we're going to dig back into that. I want to check and see where we were on that real quick. We went to dungeons. We went to Magic Keep. We were to these battles. And we have 5 people out of 6 of them battling. We want to make sure that we have all of our equipment on these 5 of 6, right? So that we start getting some good results here. I think I lost the second battle. So let's check out our guys. We are not using... we want to use her. Why we're not using her, I don't know. Okay, and I believe... Oh, I know why we're not using her, because... she's the wrong affinity, but we're probably better to use her than this one, right? Because that's a negative, that's a weak affinity. This is at least a neutral affinity, so we'll keep her without the purple hair. I don't know their names yet. We'll go check them out, and that we'll have to make sure that we reassign them. That's one thing I don't like. If you don't run a battle after you move everybody around, they don't get assigned the same. So this one has no gear, and that's okay because we're not using her right now. This one he's fully geared. This one needs gear, so let's throw some gear on there. I think that's where we were before I left. This we're gonna throw on. We're gonna throw on this. We're gonna throw on this. We're just gonna level this here up to 4. Well, if we can. We only have 2,000 silver. That might be where we ran into a situation at, right? Yeah, okay. So we're mostly geared there, and we got 2 shields left. That's nice, huh? And so we will take that, and at least he's geared. She has nothing, so we'll put a shield on her. See what she should have. Okay, so she should have an offense shield. So neither one of those are any better. Let's check out her skills and see. She's based on attack. Based on attack. She's better to have probably this HP buff versus... well, she only has 1, so it's not going to give her much. We're going to go ahead and upgrade that to 4. Oh, we couldn't. We ran out of money, but We'll still get an upgrade or two because we're on the low end again. We can claim these 5 gems here. We're going to leave this change name reward until a little later so that we can leave this brewing, right? It's just sitting here while we get higher level, and you see our max energy has gone up to 48. We started at like 12 or something. We're going to go back into the dungeons. We're going to come into the magic keep. We're going to click in here. We should do a slight bit better if we put her in the front here. They don't seem to line up. I don't know if there's any real order to it. I haven't researched that just yet. I like to do it that way anyways. So we'll dig back in here, see if we can get... I think we lost pretty bad on the last time. So this may be detrimental and we need to step back a notch. We'll give it a try and see. With an 8 and a 6 and 11, she might go down. I don't know. I need to get my mic. Hopefully I've been recording all this time. That would be bad if you're not hearing my voice. Looks like you're hearing my voice. Sometimes it can be a little bit echoey, and hopefully that's not the case because I've recorded a whole lot for it to all be echoey. Alright, so we took him down and we leveled up. So we got our energy maxed out again, we got gems again. Gems are pretty important in this game. Gems we're going to spend mostly on energy, but there are a couple of other things that we want to buy with gems. Classic Arena unlocked. Classic Arena was already unlocked, right? We were there just a minute ago. So we got one more here. Let's try to go another level up. So we're going to go next. She only went up to a 9. It shouldn't be too much harder. And we'll run it again. We need 4 for Kael's first level. We don't really care about getting in any extras, but we don't want to do this too long because we're not getting great XP over here for the energy spend. But one of the big things I did is I waited way too long to do this part in my last game because you can get pretty powerful pretty quick by ascending these levels. We want to take care of that, get him leveled up. All of this will help get 3 stars on the primary board too, because after this we're going to go ahead and get our other blue ascended because we might as well. I wouldn't ascend the greens unless you find one that you really, really like. There are a couple of them that are pretty good, but for the most part your greens are going to just go into upgrading your blues, and I'll show you that just in case you don't understand that part. Once we get a blue up to probably up to level 30. I may split some video between then. And we did that fairly easy, but we could have probably died there. So I'm going to go ahead and replay this one, especially since the next one goes up to 8 energy. So I'm going to replay this one more time, and maybe I cut this out, I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's taken them too long, so... As you saw, we're getting a little bit of levels with our other guys without having to actually work them up or lose stars on our campaign. So that's really important because that way you're getting the most bang for your buck as far as your energy goes. You know, so to speak. We're still paying 6 energy for not a ton of experience, but at least we're getting it for a bunch of guys that we're going to end up having to work up to level 20 anyways, so that we can use them to convert our 3 stars into 4 stars. That's how this game works. Each level can be converted using the level below them. Like I said earlier, I was talking to somebody about that earlier today, and they didn't understand that. Oops, looks like we might die. I don't think he's got quite what it takes to finish this one out on his own. Nope. Okay. That's a hit or miss on this level. So we kind of want to go back a level on this one, because this one we finished in 55 seconds. This one still was fine, and I think we did pretty okay with this one. We want to try to make sure that we're not losing, because when we lose, we don't get rewards. Yeah, we get experience, but we don't get the reward that we're actually here for. And we're not getting the experience we could be by being in the campaign. So don't just keep trying the same level over and over and over. If you lose it, go back a level. If we lose this one, we'll go back a level again. Because all we're really after for the most part at this point is the blue vial. And we'll grab the blue vial here. As long as we complete this one, we should get our 4th blue vial, and then we'll move over to green since it's open for right now. Like I said, as you progress through the game, once they close off in a week, they don't open except for every day one is open. Several days for them to cycle back around. So in the first week, you want to try to get a little bit of an abundance going, especially since you have a lot of energy. So that leveled everybody up. That's really cool. That's going to help us on the other side. We're going to come back over here. We're going to go into Kael, take him to the tavern, and ascend him. Oh, we still need 2 of those. Forgot about that. So we got to go over and run the other one, the Arcane Keep. Now his is purple affinity. Like I said, this one doesn't seem to have a weakness at all. So we don't really care who's against him because nobody against him is any better than anybody else. And purples are harder to get. So we'll run through these a couple of times, probably go ahead and get 4 of them here also, and then we can do both. We probably should have gone ahead and went over and did the green. Maybe I'll do that next. We'll do 4 greens to get her 4 greens, and then we can come and do this without any, with a little bit higher level guys, since there's no affinity differences. I don't know that he's any harder necessarily, but they do scale pretty quickly to where this is one area that the affinities help a lot. Here we are, level 13 already. The Great Hall is unlocked. I already showed you the Great Hall. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why it's showing everything late. I guess just because we're really zipping through. We're going to go to the Spirit Keep, grab the green ones for our other one. This one, our blues are going to be strong against. Oops. Blues are going to be strong against green, and our reds are going to be weak, but our reds are better at level 3 than our green at level 1, probably. So we'll go ahead, run these a couple of times. And then as you get more people, you'll start to separate these out so that you're only running blue against green, and you do get some bonus that way because you're hitting her harder and she's hitting you softer, because she will then be weak to you, and you will be strong to her. Oh, we got 2 of them on that one. That's good. Probably we need 4. I didn't look, but I'm assuming we need 4. I'm going to go ahead and go to next and see if we can beat her on a harder level. Like to continue progressing on everything that we can do just to see where we're at. Of course, it shows you how far you've gone by, what you've beaten, and what is available is what you haven't beaten. If you win for the first time, try going up a level and seeing if you can win again. I do think she's a little harder if I remember right. But we're getting a little stronger too. We got a 9 and a 7 and a 3. Our other 3 is dead already. Looks like an easy takedown. She heals a lot more, but she doesn't have that big shield like the other one had. Of course, you can use debuffs and stuff as you get more advanced, and you'll actually start to need specific stuff through your quest. We got 3 of them that time. That's really good. Okay, so we're going to call that a wrap on this one. We'll go over and just make sure that's enough for her. Champions, I think she probably needs 4, just like Kael did. Nope, she can already ascend. So we're going to go ahead and ascend her with the 2 that we've got. So you see you need 4 small green ones and 2 small white ones. And then we're going to ascend her. And that's going to give her a pink slot. I think I called them blue earlier. They changed to pink. And now she needs 6 green ones and 3 of these. Maybe we run some more, maybe we don't. I don't know. We got a lot of energy. We might. But we're going to go over and get the white ones for Kael. Go ahead and come up here. And then, so that gives, another level of toughness to our characters. Lets them use some different not different skills, but different amounts of attributes to make them a little stronger. And I do think that some skills are locked until you're at a certain ascended level, a certain ascension. This is pretty important, and I didn't do this near enough on my other account. Probably log into my other account sometime in a future video. I'm probably not going to work on this account very far, but I want to show you the important things that will make a big difference as you're getting started. And maybe we'll work this one up all the way through the end of the map. Not sure yet. Okay, so we got 1 there. We gotta run this one again. We're gonna go up to the next one. I don't think anybody died. I wasn't watching super close, but I don't think anybody died. Kael's really strong, on the first hit, and then we got another good multi-hitter over there. Might actually keep her around until we get a blue to replace her, because that multi-attack is pretty decent. Especially over here. We're probably not gonna grind these greens too much. And we can just use them over here while we're working on things that we actually need. And then we can equip them while we just get our 3 stars through the map. So that works out pretty good. Be sure to make some comments down below if you've got any questions, if I didn't cover anything that, or if I didn't cover stuff that was clear enough to you and you need some answers on. I will get back to you, and I'll do videos for whatever it is that you need. And if you've got different, better ideas, or you think I'm just wrong, definitely comment, because I'm learning too. I don't claim to be an expert at this. I have only been playing this game for a short time. I've done a little research on YouTube, watching a few other channels. I'm going to go ahead and advance again. Again, I wasn't watching really close. See, we're still doing our challenges. We're getting everything done because we're moving across the board. Some stuff is getting done. Some stuff is getting skipped that we'll have to redo because we don't want to collect on all of those challenges. I did say earlier in the video that you want to make sure that you turn all your lights off, and that's generally true. But this first run, where you're just getting loads and loads and loads of energy, you don't want to go and accept all of those quests because you'll end up losing a lot of energy in the long run, taking all of those potions. Some of the potions will go into your mail, I guess you could call it, into your list of pickups, but some of the potions will automatically generate into your energy. So if you take them, like I said, the next thing you know, you have thousands of energy to go through. If you don't get your energy down to under your maximum, you're never gaining energy just for game time not played. We want to get to the point where we're gaining energy not played before we start taking those incremental expansions, and we want to get our total up fairly far before we start taking bottles, because when you take a bottle and you only have a max of 48, you only get 48. If you take a bottle and your max is 100, then you get 100. So you're actually doubling, you're doubling the amount of, because each time we level up, we're getting a +3 on the max. Really beneficial to save all of those potions. The faction wars are unlocked. I'll show you a little bit about that in just a moment. Let's see if we can go ahead and ascend. Okay, we can ascend him once. Let's see what he needs. He needs 6 little ones. So let's go ahead and run those out. We'll get some more stuff while we're here. We are getting some. You're safe to collect on these events as long as you're not collecting energy. Like, we can leave this energy here. Check this out. We got a reward of 50,000 there. That's going to really help us. We're coming up the ranks here. We're at 7th. If we could get up to the top, that would be great. It's pretty hard. You know, you're in a group of people that are starting off just like you are. Everybody's got a lot of stuff. That one doesn't have anything going yet. This one doesn't have anything going yet. I don't quite know why. I guess because we're not collecting artifacts. These other things, we don't want to hit them just yet, right? Because if we do that, we'll start collecting stuff. Your portal, I'm not sure what your portal may be showing. Your fragment summon. Yeah, there's fragments. The only place I've found a fragment so far, and this is good to tell you, but I don't think we can access it yet, is inside of the level 35 arena. There's a fragment that you can pick up every day, and you should if you possibly can, because that will let you summon this one. You get his from the bazaar inside of the multi-team arena. Not multiplayer, but this one is a tag team arena. You get to put in 3 different teams, and then the reward for over there is I mean, there's a bunch of rewards, but the best one is probably that fragment that you can, within 100 days, then you can take that legendary. So that's going to be a big thing for your account. These, once we get through all of this 377 energy, we'll start turning those off. We ascended him. We ascended her. Let's go and get some more. Let's go and get some more from this keep. We're going to need these bigger ones for one of his higher level ones, but I don't think we can quite get there yet. So we're going to come back in here. We'll see how we do another run or two. If we don't lose anybody, we'll climb back up again and see if we can beat that next one. I believe his third one takes at least 1, maybe 2 of those bigger bottles. Once you get 10 of the smaller ones, you can convert them into a bigger one. You don't have to go up, but it's beneficial to go up. You get more of everything. Of course, like I said before, as your affinity changes a little bit, you can do a little better against them because, you know, you don't have your weaknesses and she doesn't have her strengths. So, looks like we should kill her without too much problem. Get Kael a couple of big burst hits in there. Hopefully our 4s stay alive. I don't think we have a healer yet. She heals, but I think she only heals herself. So that's not super beneficial. I mean, it's better than nothing, but... okay, good. So we got one more here. We'll go ahead and... That was pretty close, so I'm not going to level... I'm not going to go over to the next one yet. We'll do one more, see if we can level up. We'll do 1 or 2 more and see if we can level up some people. Our 4s did go up to 5s. And see how they're hitting us with those strongs? Those blues against the greens are strong. The reds against the blues are strong. So the reds are doing good for us. We want them to stay alive. And the green is doing bad for us. I mean, we don't want her to die. We want her to stay alive too, but she's getting hit harder because she's green. All right, so we picked up another blue there. We're going to come back over, see what we got, what we have. We only have 3. I'm going to stop the video for a little while and burn out some blues and greens and whites, and then we will come back. Hey, I just wanted to come back here and talk about the sparring pit for a minute. The sparring pit just unlocked. It may have been unlocked already before, I don't know for sure. But I do want to talk about the sparring pit a little bit because the sparring pit is pretty neat. You get to put in a champion here that can level up while you're working on other stuff. I'm not sure why she's unavailable. I must have put her in the arena. I did. So let me go take her off of the arena. We don't want her to be unavailable. So defense. We can put anybody in there. I don't think it matters except for that one area. Who's in your arena defense. So then when we come back in here, put her in. And what this does is it will actually level her up without you being involved. It's one of those things that a lot of times in farming games, they've got something that's creating just based on time. Well, that's one of those things. It's gonna level up at 2100 XP an hour, but it does involve you like completing it. So once it gets to the next time level in 10 minutes, you'll have to click a complete button for her to move up to level 2 and start training for level 2. So this is a decent value to unlock all of these slots for 300 each. This takes about 30 to 40 days to, at some pretty decent consistency, for you to get your cost back that you would have spent on energy. It's 40 to unlock one bottle of energy, and by the time you get there and start unlocking them, this is going to be at around 100. It just works out that about 30 to 40 days of playing pretty consistently, this will pay for itself. Now there is some downside to this compared to the gem mine, which we'll talk about in a little while, is this can probably kind of wear out and expire as you get a whole lot of people leveled up and you're not really using anyone new. But, I mean, you're going to be leveling stuff up probably for the whole time you play the game. So I don't know if that's a real concern, but it could be. That's the sparring pit. You get to put people in here. In 8 minutes or so, she's going to come available and say that she's reached level 2. You do have to manually click on her to progress her to level 2. If you're away for 6 hours, there's no way other than putting someone else in here to make this timer longer. Now each level, obviously, the timer gets a little bit longer. As you get into higher and higher levels, the timer gets longer and longer. So there is a little bit of strategy, swapping out your champions for when you're down or going to bed. But it's hard to make those times match up just right so that you can change them out at bedtime and put a 4 or 5 or 8 hour timer on here so that you're getting pretty good longevity out of it. Otherwise, you got to check it a lot. It does keep you here, but if you're playing, you could put in a level 1 every time you're playing, and every 8, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, you're going to be able to level that champion up, and then so you'll have one more champion that's leveling without having to do anything. You're not spending energy on it. And at least this first one is free. You didn't spend anything to get this, so you might as well keep it going. You got to kind of debate whether or not you're skilled enough or playing enough to unlock one of the other ones. Okay? So upgrading does not give the same XP per hour. So when you upgrade, it won't even let me look at it. But if you try to upgrade, it's only going to give like 1,000 to 1,500 more XP an hour for actually 50 more gems. So as best I can tell, it's not to your advantage to upgrade them. Getting 5 slots may be a good advantage. Upgrading them until I can see some other kind, until I have enough gems to upgrade it just as a test, doesn't look to be a good value. I haven't seen any videos out there that says it is a good value. I would avoid upgrading your sparring pit until there's further information on why you would want to do that. So far, it's just if you have an abundance of gems, but nobody I know does unless you're actually buying. I will make another video for the gem mine because the gem mine has its own peculiarnesses. Important to talk about those as well. That's all for this one. See you soon.